Rob, thanks for joining us. Fresh off Tuesday night's win, we prepare for a very tough test at home on Saturday as Wrexham visit the Broadfield Stadium. Can I get your thoughts ahead of that game?
Yeah, no, so obviously an end to a tough long week, two tough long away travels, and yeah, looking forward to getting back at the Broadfield in front of the fans, and obviously what's going to be, yeah, always I suppose Wrexham's probably one of their standout games for most teams because of obviously the club itself and what they've done the last few years. So no, it'll be a good occasion for us, and obviously hopefully in front of a packed out stadium we can add to what we've done Saturday and add to what we've done Tuesday in terms of Saturday, and make sure that we give ourselves the best opportunity to win the game, because Wrexham are a very good team. They've consistently done very well the last 3 years. They've got a winning culture with 2 promotions, etc., which you know about from last year. But obviously they've had a couple of difficult results, so I know that they'll obviously be chomping at the bit themselves. So yeah, it's gonna be a tough game regardless, and one that we need to be really switched on for. And more importantly, regardless of Wrexham, is continue the standards we set on Tuesday. That was pretty much back to where we wanted to be and where we were before Christmas. And I think that that crazy Christmas period and a bit of inconsistency, hopefully get back to having some consistency in our play and attack the game in the best way.
Yeah, you mentioned after the game at Stockport that, potentially there were some things that were going to have to change if we were looking to get results, and, there's been the certain way that we've been playing. Was there anything on Tuesday night that you did differently that is now, evident that we may have to continue doing forward? Because, as you say, the performance level was so high.
Yeah, it was. I think Stockport, listen, let's be honest with you, Stockport, they're in the top 5 for a reason. And they just outpowered us, and we just didn't cope with the physicality, and we didn't give ourselves a chance. And I think probably what I've done is, you come away from the game and you're frustrated and you're angry and disappointed and all the things that you are. But when I reflected, is like these players have been giving us everything, and I think we probably let ourselves down as a group a couple of occasions, and I felt Saturday we did against Stockport. But what they have done is every time that's happened, they've shown a reaction, and the reaction Tuesday was excellent. But my message to the players was that we have an identity, we want to play a certain way. And my personal belief is that we don't come away from that. So we went all in on our possession, all in on the play, all in terms of the way we want to manipulate the ball, how we're going to get into areas to affect teams, and re-established how we're going to be effective without the ball in terms of our energy, our work rate, our press. And I thought we did it exceptionally well. I thought the first half was cagey, but we stuck to the task really well, dealt with the balls in the box, which we knew would come. And then second half, we just got better and better as the game went on, and we wore them out, and the chances kept coming. And what I liked is that we didn't take the setbacks of the keeper making saves and missing opportunities. We kept pushing for the goal, and eventually got it, and then held out at the end. And obviously Charlie's bit of magic on the line got us through the 3 points.
Yeah, and it was Charlie actually mentioned post game as well that the players have often spoke about how if we can get towards the sort of half-time stage at 0-0, let's not be at least out of the game by then, we know we will wear teams down, and chances will start to come, which was evident on Tuesday night. So not only, I suppose, will this win on Tuesday give the attackers confidence, it's also going to give the defence a lot of confidence as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I think like what Charlie's saying is correct, as in too many times the games, Barnsley, Stockport, we're 2-0 down or 3-0 down before we can even get a foothold in the game. So absolute worst case, 0-0 at half time for us, knowing that we all have high possession and that we wear teams down in terms of the way we play. That should be the minimum requirement that we want to get to. Ideally, we're scoring goals before that, which we have done in previous games. But I think it's setting a base for ourselves and giving ourselves an opportunity, not letting the game get away from us. And I thought that's what we did really well on Tuesday night. So look, we need to take that mentality, take that mindset, and move forward with it to get to a point where we can actually, we can be consistent and confident in the way we're playing and keep building on it, and just keep improving. Because if we keep turning out performances like Burton and like Mansfield, then the results will come. The Burton result's disappointing, but the performance is excellent. And then the performance against Mansfield is excellent and the results excellent. So it's the one thing that will be consistent is if we keep performing well, the results will come, and that's what we need to stick to.
Yeah, it will be a sellout at the Broadfield Stadium on Saturday. We saw our last sellout. Obviously, we gave Birmingham one of their probably toughest games of the season. As a lot of their staff had said after the game, they were very complimentary about us. So we'll be looking to do exactly the same this time, and obviously the fans can have a big impact in that. And I think the win on Tuesday would have given them a renewed sense of energy as well. So yeah, it should make for a good occasion, shouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And obviously we've had look, there's times where we haven't been great, but obviously this fixture schedule, we've been away from home, long journeys for the fans as well, and obviously fans were brilliant on Tuesday night. So obviously the players very kindly said they're going to get them all a drink and a pint. Or some bit of food, what everyone's tipple is, or for the young uns if they want something non-alcoholic. It's very poorly said that, isn't it? But you know what I mean. Yeah. So yeah, as a thank you, because we do understand, we do appreciate that, the hours and the money and the time people put in, and we're just pleased that the fans, can come into Saturday, that positivity. And I think that for us to stay up, it's going to have to be all in together. They're going to be difficult times, and unfortunately, when you are trying to stay in a league and you're trying to push at the bottom to sort of overachieve, staying up is overachieving with the budget and everything, and some of the clubs you have to compete against. You just have to all do it together and stick together in the hard times and really enjoy the good times, because that's what it's about. And I think hopefully we just have to use Tuesday as a platform from that. Not getting too carried away, but just keep that performance levels where they are, keep that intensity, keep that work rate where it was. And I genuinely believe that we have enough quality in this group to go and win games and be successful. But we've got to do the basics well, and we've got to do all the stuff that people don't see, the horribleness, the winning the first balls, winning the second balls, tracking your men, and we did it brilliantly well Tuesday. But we have to do that every single game, regardless of who we play.
Perfect. Brilliant. I work with a WREXHAM season ticket holder, and he said actually it's a good time for Crawley to play them, given their last few results and performances. What have you seen in their last performances that have caused those results, do you think?
I think, they've come up against, obviously the Shrewsbury game is an intense derby, isn't it? Or as close to a derby as I'd imagine, not being from that area. And I think obviously the Stevenage game, we watched the game yesterday. Stevenage are excellent, but Wrexham still caused a massive threat. They obviously conceded probably poor goals for their standard. Obviously Arthur's a fantastic goalkeeper. So it wasn't like, it was more a case of Wrexham were the ones who conceded the goals rather than being broken down. And obviously they're a huge threat from wide areas and from set pieces, still consistently scoring. And Paul Mullins on the bench for that game, and same as Marriott and obviously all the other attacking players. So we know that it's not going to be as simple as that, and all we have to do is, we can't concentrate on what Wrexham are going to do in terms of how they're going to prepare. We can prepare the best we can to stop them, and we can also make sure we prepare the best we can to be at the levels that we want to be, because I genuinely do believe that, especially at home, because we haven't lost many at home, is when we're at the levels we need to be at home with the crowd and everything, we can be a very good team, and that's what we need to look forward to on Saturday. Yeah,
and you always say don't get too high, don't get too low, but after Tuesday night, obviously spirits are going to be high. How do you harness that without going over the top?
You just have to understand why the high. You get the high because of the work rate, the intensity, the discipline, and the bravery to play and nullify Mansfield, defending the box because the ball coming from everywhere. It's trying to stop crosses, but if the cross is coming in, regardless of where the ball is on the pitch, you're gonna have to defend them. And I thought they did it the back three, especially Dion Radders and Charlie were exceptional, alongside Harry and Addy, when Addy come on, and Will Swan. I think he went under the radar. He was playing sort of left wing, but had to track his man and was at the back post defending, as well as contributing in terms of his pace and his outlet for the goal, especially. So look, everyone has to understand that they have to do the horrible stuff to be able to enjoy the good stuff, and there's no better feeling as a player when you've gone through all that, the physical battles, the running, the pace, the energy, like when you've depleted it all and then you get the win, it's been worth it. And I think that's what I want. I want the players to come off Saturday, regardless of the result, to be honest with you, and just think they've absolutely given everything physically, mentally, emotionally. And then if they've done that, then I have real confidence and belief that we will get the results and get the points that we want.
Obviously on Tuesday night, Matt Cox came in, really impressed. Can you just give clarification on the goalkeeping situation?
Yeah, obviously, with Beachy going back, we need to bring someone in. Coxie come in, someone that we've liked for a long time, and I thought he was excellent. He's so brave with his feet. He's both-footed. Dealt with aerial duels and obviously got a well-deserved clean sheet, so he's a great addition to the squad. Obviously Jojo missed out on the game, wasn't available, so Jasper as well, he's been exceptional in training. He's had a good loan at Whitehawk, and he's someone that we have high hopes for, and we'll have to assess the situation whether Jasper goes out on loan and we'll see where we're at. But it's positive to get Coxie in, and really add strength to our department, and he got off to a good start and a clean sheet, which is what every goalie wants, so yeah, pleased on that front.
Yeah, and it's quite public this morning. It looks like Ronan Darcy is leaving. Are you resigned to losing him, and is there anyone else that you're expecting to lose?
Yeah, no, I think obviously, I don't go on social media much. But no, we've obviously had an offer for Das that's been accepted, and all I can say is Das. Obviously, wish him all the best when it does go through, and he's been a brilliant part of this club, and he's been brilliant for me personally as well. Obviously, he was the captain and helped us through some memorable times and tough times, and he's obviously had a difficult period over Christmas where he had a couple of injuries which kept him out. So it's good to get him back on the pitch at Stockport, but that's football, and all I can do is wish him the best, and I suppose I'm sure it will echo what the fans will say and want to thank him for his time, and keep a keen eye on him, because you never know, you can never say never in football. Yeah,
absolutely. And we've had a positive week of incomings. Are you expecting any more coming in?
Yeah, I hope so. I think it's the squad, the lads have been absolutely fantastic in the squad, but we need, you can't predict what's going to happen as soon as that window shuts in terms of injuries and everything. So we need to put ourselves in the best possible position. Flinty's back in a few weeks, which is great, but we still not need cover there. Rory's come in and he should be available to play some part of Saturday, which is good. And then hopefully there's a couple of others. I know the club are working hard to try and identify and get some targets over the line, but I think when it gets to these last few days, it can get a bit sticky and a bit stagnant. So we'll probably just have to wait and see what happens. But pleased with what we've done so far, and hopefully there'll be more to come where we're able to strengthen and give ourselves the best opportunity.
Brilliant. And just injury-wise, where are we with Jeremy Kelly, Toby Malarkey?
Yeah, so Toby's been playing with this long-term back issue, and he's put himself through the pain barrier, and he's made himself available when he could easily have not. And I think it got to the point where he couldn't continue. So we're going to make sure that when Toby comes back, he's 100%. But we don't know how long that'll be with backs. It can be it can be sort of an unknown. There's someone who slips a few discs in my time, and it's one of the ones that flare up and it go down. But we know that when Toby's ready, he'll be ready to come back and help us. And Jez has just he rocked his ankle a couple of weeks ago, so he's trying to manage that. And again, Jeremy's like a quiet soldier. He goes about his business, but he's a tough lad, and he's playing through the pain barrier for us. But on Monday, when he tried to train, his leg was just a bit too sore and so close from the game on Saturday, and he took a big whack on it on Saturday. So we'll have to assess him for this Saturday. But fingers crossed, it's nothing too serious. We just got to manage it in the short term, so that hopefully in the long term he'll be available and raring to go.
Brilliant. Thanks, Rob.
Yeah, cool.